What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Galadon Gaming, more Clash Royale action and some clutch, super close battles. And I want to give you guys a chance to get in on this. If you've got replays like this, where maybe the battle ends with just 1 or 2 hit points left on a tower, let me know. Maybe come by one of my Camcord live streams. The URL is right here in the description. It's a free app for both Android and iOS users. If you follow me, you get notified when I live stream. Come by. If you've got a replay like this, I will be happy to visit your clan and maybe even use it in a future episode, because these are crazy. I mean, this game is close, but when it comes down to single-digit hit points, it is just too much to handle sometimes. And right here, we've got a couple of members of Full Attack that have had some pretty amazing endings themselves. So this is Grievance, and he's got a pretty vanilla-looking deck. Nothing real special about this deck. Not a lot of exotic cards other than, of course, the Ice Wizard. Other than that, this is a pretty average deck. Giant, he's got the Elixir Pump working already, and HH, his opponent, has one up as well. So a couple of level 11s. There's the Fireball on the Bomber. Fighting fire with fire takes that Bomber out. A great unit for getting an entire group of Barbarians out of the way. But Grievance on the move with the Giant. He's got the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and the Ice Wizard in behind. Mini P.E.K.K.A. easily distracted. She's going to run off and chase down the little goblins there. But we do get to the tower, or she does anyway. And there is a second shot. She gets 2 strikes on that tower. And between that and the Ice Wizard, that tower quickly down below 1,000 hit points with about 90 seconds left. But here it comes, the cannon on wheels, or on feet rather. It's the Royal Giant. One of my least favorite cards next to the Mortar and the Expo. Pretty much fundamentally about the same. Click it down and there it goes. But Grievance does a good job of countering it, but not before he loses about the same amount of hit points on his tower. But now he comes back and he's got the push and the tower of his opponent going into the last minute. Grievance has a pretty solid lead, but you know just from the title of this video that it's going to be super close. So Grievance getting some shots down on that King's Tower before the Barbarians get in there, get the Wizard out of the way. So the Wizard-Ice Wizard combination working out well for Grievance, but now he's got to stop this big push. And surprisingly, no Royal Giant this time. He drops in the Bomber. I like the Bomber drop in behind. Smashes the Princess and the Barbarians from behind, from the far side of the river. That Fireball means double Wizard destruction, and they are down. Here comes the Royal Giant, and that looks like it is a tower. So now we are tied 1 crown apiece going into overtime, it looks like, unless Grievance can get this King's Tower down. Not going to happen. Way too many troops on the defense. The Ice Wizard and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. are going to fall relatively quickly, but things do clear out. So it's going to be a tough overtime battle. Now Grievance does have all of that damage on the King's Tower, even fewer hit points left on the King's Tower than the right lane tower. But again, here comes his opponent with the Royal Giant with the Barbarians in behind, and quickly the opponent taking the lead. Really only 1 tower needed to end this thing, so it doesn't matter where they go. And it looks like Grievance is in a world of hurt right now. 700, 400 or so hit points left on that right lane tower. Making a big push after the King's Tower is Grievance. The Giant with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. pushing him forward, but his right lane tower just about to fall. You know this is going to be close. 30 seconds remain in overtime. He's almost got that King's Tower down. There it is. 2 hit points left on the right lane tower, and he grabs the 3 crown win. And right now, what his opponent wouldn't have given to just have 1 more level on that zap spell would have made all the difference in the world. All right, so let's move on. And yes, it's another member of Full Attack. This time it's Kai 11 from Full Attack going up against a member of One Hive. That is Thor. A couple of level 10s going head to head. And I would say this is going to be an epic battle, but I would call it legendary because Ty has 3, count them, 3 legendary cards. He's got the Miner, the Ice Wizard, and the Princess as well, going up against Thor, who just has the Ice Wizard in that deck. Very unusual decks from both players. Not often you see people bringing 3 legendary cards. And on the other side, okay, maybe not that unusual, here comes the Royal Giant again and again and again. I gotta stop complaining about this thing. Great, Royal Giant, have fun, go ahead. Here he comes. There it is, cannon on wheels, cannon on feet. Here he comes after the tower, on the tower. Barbarians are going to battle it along with the Princess. Good counter, to the Royal Giant, but of course, it's almost impossible to counter a Royal Giant before he gets damage on the tower, and that is probably why the Royal Giant card annoys me so much. It's difficult to say bring an Inferno Tower, which is a good counter against maybe a Royal Giant, but a bad counter, a bad trade against something like a Hog Rider or many of the other tanks. But then again, okay, now I'm really thinking about this. The P.E.K.K.A. becoming more popular, we might see more and more of the Inferno Towers, and if most people have P.E.K.K.A.s, okay. Anyway, so it's a close battle. Kai and Thor going at it right now. They are both working on the same lane, so we should expect to see some traffic jams in the next minute or so. Kai trying to decide how to put together his next push. He goes full on Elixir first and drops the Ice Wizard from the back. I do like this playstyle, very common. Not only does it help you be able to react to a sudden push from your opponent, but then you can stack cards. This time, Kai moves forward. Great combination, the Hog Rider and the Fire Spirits, and they just about finish off that tower. The Ice Wizard can't get the job done, but that was massive damage. But there we go. Kai on the defense, and check out the Psychic Fireball from Thor. I would not be surprised if that were launched before the Barbarians were dropped. Thor just absolutely knew. He read his opponent. He knew the Barbarians were in the hand, ready to go. He dropped the Fireball, and that allowed that Royal Giant to almost finish off that left lane tower. So much damage that he's already moved on to the other lane, thinking that he probably is going to have to win this 2 crowns to 1. 1 crown not going to be enough. Both players within a spell of getting one of those towers down. And Kai is the first one to move forward to finish off a tower. He goes with the Miner, and that is going to make quick work of that tower. That is 1-0, but you know that Thor is coming back. He has got it in the bag. He really is counting on it with just a zap spell. Only 84 hit points left. A zap will do it, or will it? No, it won't. 2 hit points remain, and not knowing your spells can cost you battles right there. Thor forgot to check and make sure that Zap spell would get the job done. And just a friendly reminder for those of you who are not familiar, hold your finger down on the card and it will show how much damage it will do to a tower. And that might save you from painful consequences like that one right there. Thank you guys, as always, for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I appreciate your time. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please do hit that subscribe button, thumbs up if you like the video, and I hope to see every last one of you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, 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 Galadon.